And so and she and I have the same conversation that we need to have inspiration, demystifying publishing. How does publishing work? Because there's so many, and I always like to use this analogy a lot when we have guests on. Like, we recently had Lois Lowry on. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
She's the OG. That's what I like to say.
Most definitely.
And she gave us so much insight into how, like, as a writer, she said, I love what she said. She's very frank. And I love that about people. I like it when people are just straight talkers. She said, writing has become more about how many words that you can have. And it should be really about what you're writing about, not how many words.
Yes.
It's basically for us as a podcast, this is our first season. And we want to grow, and we are having a book drive that's coming up for helping in our community. But we work with nonprofits like coming on our podcast. We just did one with Books Between Kids, and since I'm in Houston, we actually partner with them for our book drive. And then we have authors on. We're about to have an episode with Kwame Mambelia and Max Beaudry, and again we had Lois Lowry on. And this is all about inspiring authors and demystifying publishing, because there's such a lack of information. And again, it goes back to, and sorry if I'm going on a tangent, everybody, but you know how, think of the Wizard of Oz, and you have the gatekeeper guy, and he's like, don't ring that bell, and or like where you have the wizard and he has the curtain, and then you take the curtain and it's this old man and he's holding the keys of Oz, basically. No, we want to take that out and show the wizard, because there's a lot of misinformation of how publishing works, especially for self-published authors. Like, I could go into a whole tangent about, does anyone realize that we are actually paying money for our own ideas when we get ISBNs as self-published authors? So we're paying for our own ideas. Like, change my mind kind of thing. That's what my thought is on that.
Well, it sounds like a very interesting podcast, just kind of taking that mystery of publishing and kind of taking a deeper look at what it takes to be published, what even is a publishing house, what do they do, and all that. I love that, and definitely will be having to listen myself, because I'm self-published too. So it's one of those, like, you got to figure it all out on your own. So you got to be the whole house yourself.
Yes, exactly. We're just like Bert from Mary Poppins, where we're like doing the song and dance, and we have all the instruments all at once as self-published authors, and we're having to figure this out. And there's like where do we turn to? And we can't really turn to, because there's a stigma behind self-published authors. So what's about that? I mean, I get it. We have to create quality books. That is the most important thing. But if you're investing, this is my thought, and I'm going to go on my little soapbox about this for a minute. Just hold on a second.
Okay.
So one, you're investing your own money into buying ISBNs. And by the way, fun fact, they're $400 if you are paying for ISBNs, people, because you need that, in case you didn't know. If you're a self-published author, you're spending that kind of money. And not to kind of like make traditional published authors feel bad, but they're not having to know about that. People don't really know about that. You pay for that through the Library of Congress, through Bowker, and it's very expensive. It's 10 ISBNs, and it's about $400 just to pay for your own ideas. So that's my change my mind about that. I get kind of annoyed.